I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rockin' Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. There we go. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I guess it's in the afternoon. Shout out to everybody that'll be re-watching this. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the spot. Thank y'all for coming through, rocking with me. I know I'm running a little bit late. These graphs I was trying to make took a little bit longer than expected. Here we are. I hope what we have is informative, though. I hope what we have is informative. Because I really thought about this, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought about this for quite some time. Right. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I thought about this for quite some time. So let me shout out. So I want to shout out everybody, or shout out mostly everybody. Hopefully I won't omit anybody. DSJ is in the spot. Andrew College, what's good? Rel is in the building. Rel says, did they, Freezy? Did they? Yeah. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is in the building. Excuse that. Wayne Peterson, what's good? Andios is in the building. Salute. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Bronx Kicks for Life is in the building. Salute. Who else we got in here? KP is in here. Pasha is in here. What's good? NBIC is in the building. Salute. Man, salute to everybody in the spot rocking with us, man. Miguel P in the building. Okay. DSJ says, I see Uncle Freezy is chilling in the east wing of the Freezy Manor. Yeah, man. For sure. Brooklyn is where it's at, bro. Brooklyn is where it's at, right? Brooklyn is where it's at. So I want to share something with you, and I'm going to look like a homer when I do this. I don't care. Right? So what I wanted to do, I wanted to ask you guys if the Knicks did enough this offseason to win a championship. Did the Knicks do enough to win a championship? I have the Eastern Conference teams ranked. And again, there's a misspelling. I spelled magic wrong. Trying to rush through, man. I spelled magic wrong. Oh my God. How do you spell magic wrong? If I spelled Cavaliers wrong, I'd have been like, okay. How do you spell magic wrong? That's strange. How do you misspell magic? I'm gonna just forgive me on that, man. I was trying to do something really fast. But salute to the chat. Salute to everybody rocking. DSJ says Brooklyn is the best borough in the world. Everyone knows this. LOL. So I did an Eastern Conference, Lawrence T's Eastern Conference power ranking. And I know everybody won't agree. I won't expect you to. I won't expect you to, but what I will do is say, be mindful that this may change depending on moves in the offseason. Andrew Collins says Boston going back to back, but the Knicks are going to be really good. Okay. Jay Boogie is in the building. Jay Boogie says, long as it wasn't Magic Johnson, who cares about Orlando? Jay Boogie, hey, we care about Orlando, bro. I mean, not their team, right? We don't care about their roster, but we always have a good time in Orlando, bro. When we go to Orlando, we always have a good time in Orlando, bro. I mean, stuff closed early. Like you can't, like after the game, it's hard to find a place to eat over in the area that we generally stay. But for the most part, man, Orlando, Orlando might be my landing spot, bro. When I close the doors, bro, Orlando area might be, one of them spots that Orlando, probably Dallas, Texas is a destination for me, man. Like if I ever get to the point where, we start to shut it down, yeah, man. Woodshed is in the building. Woodshed coming here all salty. Talk about short answer, no. Woodshed coming in the spot all salty, like, no, we didn't do enough. Right now, my Eastern Conference power rankings look a little weird, right? Like, why is Miami 8? Why is Atlanta 13? Right? Why are the Knicks number 1? Right? Why is Boston 2 and they're the defending NBA champs? What I'm gonna say is so Woodshed says, man, just bring Precious back. And yeah, man, I like Precious, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the reason why I have the rankings listed the way that I do, I think Detroit is going to be improved. I think Chicago is tanking. I think the Atlanta Hawks don't have a plan. The DeJounte Murray trade in my mind was weird. And again, this is not an Atlanta Hawks show, right? This is a Knicks show. But, we're talking about the Eastern Conference and where we stack up in it. So again, it's not a Orlando Magic show. I do think Orlando made a step back. Sherman says that trade was stupid. I will keep Murray and trade Trey. Yo, who made the kale is in the building. Salute. Salute to everybody coming through. I just want to say how much I appreciate everybody, man. If y'all hit that like button for your mans, we put in a lot of time and effort. IKBM Dre is in the building. He says James Wiseman is a pacer. Bim. Appreciate the news. Walter White is in the building. Salute. Yo, one of my favorites, LI1 is in the building. Rose did that, so Precious value goes down a little bit more. Then he can't take the then he can take the minimum. Okay. All right. Okay. Did the Knicks do enough? The one thing I'll say about what the Knicks did this offseason, and even though it was funky the way that they did it, I'm not a fan of the way they did some things, i.e. the draft. And it's not because of the Knicks, it's because of the NBA framework. Right? It's because of the NBA framework. It's not because of the Knicks. It's because of the situation the Knicks were put in that was not really enjoyable. And it's the same for most teams. It's like you couldn't. Okay, so to give an analogy on how I feel, and this is about the NBA in general, not just about the Knicks, because every team in the NBA is going through this. Right? Every team in the NBA is going through this. This is not a Knicks thing. This is a state of the NBA thing. This is a state of the NBA thing. Bodega Wi-Fi is in the building. Salute, my guy. JJ in the building. JJ, let's go Mets. On draft night is supposed to be like bingo. Like they call a number, you're supposed to be like, bingo! Yeah! Bingo! But instead of it feeling like jackpot, instead of it feeling like the slot machine going off, it feels like when you get the acceptance letter. It's the delayed gratification thing that kind of took the fun out of it. Right? It's like instead of being jackpot, yeah, we won! Instead of it being that, it's more like you wait 6 to 8 weeks for your acceptance letter in the mail, and then you get it and realize you accepted, and you're like, yeah. So in terms of how the Knicks performed at the draft, I think the Knicks did enough. I think the Knicks absolutely did enough to win the NBA championship, even if it calls for losing Isaiah Hartenstein. Man, listen, you can't keep everybody, man. It's like Lawrence. It's like when you watch Lawrence Tears, man. It's like when you watch us up here on the screen and say if you watch Cowboy Bob and Mets and Dre and myself and a bunch of others, and it's like everybody talking and all this stuff, and you're like, yo, I can't even hear what Dre is saying. Yo, y'all relax. I can't even process what Dre is saying because he might be saying a bunch of stuff, but then when people cut him off, and mind you, Dre is the cutoff king, everybody. Mind you, Dre is the cutoff king, right? But what I'm saying is like when Dre is saying something and people are cutting him off and then mention a point that has nothing to do with the conversation, you like, okay, y'all, yo, just relax, let that man talk. And then when you get the point, you like, okay, I got the point after the fact, man. Okay. That's what it kind of feel like. Did the Knicks do enough? They absolutely did enough. Tell me what position of need did they not address this offseason? So thus far, what position did they not draft that they needed? Right? Going into the offseason, we needed wing depth, right? People were saying, oh, the Knicks are too small on the wing. They take advantage of us on the wing. And then they go get Mikal Bridges. Right? And then in the draft, they draft Pakame Dadie, one of my favorites. And they draft a Josh Hart clone and Kevin McCullough. One of the sneaky conversations was the Knicks need another primary ball handler. Yo, Jalen Brunson need help with the ball. Jalen Brunson needs help bringing the ball up at times. And it's not because he's a deficient ball handler. It's just that teams blitz Brunson and trying to get the ball out of his hands. We need another guy. And then the Knicks drafted a point guard. They heard you. They saw the same stuff you saw. Right? The Knicks need another big man. They need another big. They need a big that can stretch the floor a little bit with his passing. A guy that can do some of the things that Hartenstein does. And they found him. They drafted him. Myself and others, including myself and about 20, 25 other people, including IKBM Dre and a bunch of others, are currently researching Huporti, Ariel Huporti, right now. The fundamental king right now is what he looks like. He looks like, to me, a raw big with fundamental upside that passes into windows with a high motor. Is he ready to play right now? No. Is he ready to play right now? No. He is not ready to play right now. But did they address the need? Absolutely. Absolutely. With that said, those are the long-term plays. So they address these needs in the long term. In this moment, a few of you feel as if the Knicks have significant needs in the very short term. right? The Knicks have significant needs in a very short term. King Ribby is in the building. Salute. And I hear you. The significant need in the short term is a veteran big and a veteran primary ball handler. Not just any ball handler, but a veteran primary ball handler that can come in and help a championship contender right away. That's what y'all want. That's what y'all feel like we need. Listen, man. I think I might be with you. I feel like King Imbert is in the building. I feel like that may be what we need also. Nick Yak is in the building. Salute, Nick Yak. Appreciate you, bro. Nick Yak, as usual, the center will get the most minutes of all the rookies. He probably will be Mitch's backup. Okay. Wacko is in the building. Salute. Wacko says, gotta believe in McBride's improvement. Right. I'm with you. Deuce McBride, everybody, is a fourth-year player. He's not a puppy no more. Deuce McBride is a fourth-year player. Jericho Sims is a fourth-year player. We can't talk about young core with them anymore. This is not young core talk anymore. Our new young core is Tyler Kolek, Pacom Dadier, and McCullers. That's our new young core right now. Right? And the thing is, or I'm gonna say the thing instead of my thing on this one, because I think it's my opinion, but I think it's a shared opinion also. It's twofold. And I think I agree with y'all. Y'all agree with me, however you want to state it. But it's twofold. We trust Leon Rose. We trust Leon Rose to find talent, is the first part. And the second part is this roster is all in for a championship. This roster is all in for a championship. It's twofold. Best of the worst is in the building. D Buckets is in the building. Every time I see best of the worst, I think about that the song. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like I'm as good as the best of them, but I'm as bad as the worst. Cause I could be as good as the best of them and as bad as the worst. So don't test me. Cowboy Bob is in the building. So Leon Rose did address certain things. Now, with that said, the popular names are out there, or were out there. But in this moment, I think we have to trust Leon Rose will find the fits for this roster. Because trust is that thing where it can't be part-time trust. Either you trust or you don't. And trust takes faith. Do you have faith in Leon Rose? Do you have faith that Tom Thibodeau will develop a young veteran whenever we sign that young veteran, if we sign the young veteran? Aunt Dub in the building. So there is going to be a guy, I don't know who, Leon Rose is going to go get a guy and bring him in. That's what it is. Is it going to be what we expect, though? At my age and my experience with the Knicks, with this set of Knicks, these 5 off seasons, I've learned to expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Things don't necessarily always have to be laid out for us. Not going to lie to you. I expect the Knicks, just like what they did with Isaiah Hartenstein, I expect the Knicks to find a guy deep down somewhere, analytics darling, bring him and polish him up, and he'll be the backup. That's what I expect. And even if they make a trade for a guy, I don't expect the guy to be an expensive guy. Kerry Cox says Kira Lewis Jr. Okay. Danny Landis says, bring in Taj Gibson for the max. Bring in Taj Gibson for the max. Rome Fall Rock in the building. Salute. Hey, KP says, I better be right. Because if Mitch and Precious are our bigs, we're doomed. Let me say this. There are a bunch of talented NBA big men around the league that are still available. The thing is, which of them fit what you have designed? It's like your shoe game, right? It's like your shoe game. Jordan 4s don't go with everything. It's like your shoe game, man. No matter how expensive Cole Haans are, and no matter how great they are made, you basically have to be a Cole Haan fan to appreciate Cole Haans. That's just basically what it is. Like, for instance, when DSJ sees me in Cole Haans, right, he's like, yo, that's a nice shoe. But Cole Haans and a Knicks hoodie don't necessarily go together. Even the Cole Haans sneakers and a Knicks hoodie don't go together. It just don't. So what I think the front office is looking for, the reason why I use that wild analogy is I think they're trying to find fit. Not just scheme fit either, but a culture fit also. How will this player take Tom Thibodeau's style of coaching? How will player X or player X and player Y accept Tom Thibodeau's style of coaching? How will player X and player Y accept the fact that he may go 1 or 2 games without playing, maybe 10 or 15 minutes without getting a shot, may go 4 minutes without even touching the basketball? How's that player gonna feel in that scenario? With so many offensive mouths to feed, how is the new guy gonna feel fitting in with the fact that he expects to be a double-double, but he may only get 3 shots a game? Player X's mind, he expects 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and he gets here, and Tibbs wants him to get 7 offensive rebounds and 7 defensive rebounds, and deter shots at the rim. D-Bucket says Kessler for Deuce. What do y'all think, chat? What do y'all think about that? C-Mac is in the building. We can get started now. C-Mac is in the building. All right. Let the trolling begin. The GOAT of all trolls. C-Mac is in the building. Salute. We can legit get started now that C-Mac is here. So if you're a little bit touchy, just remember it's all jokes, everybody. Hey, Mr. Dunra says, well, Randall and Mitch may have to trade to get Cat. Ooh. I don't think the money works for that. I don't think the money works for that now. The CBA has basically took us from y'all remember when basketball was about putting the ball in the hoop and stopping somebody else from putting the ball in the hoop? Now basketball is about calculus and calculators, rulers and stuff. The nerds have taken over the game, and they don't even know what they're doing. The nerds have taken over the game. They don't even know what they're doing. The nerds just like be saying, like moving, and then when you ask them, well, you know, and I speak to about 20 nerds a day, legit, no lie. No, 20 is an exaggeration. So I speak to about 8 nerds a day. It just seemed like 20. It just seemed like 20. So I speak to about 7, 8, 9 nerds a day, except for Ty Barbie. Ty Barbie's legit like a passionate fan. Like I'm legit being here, like doing transcripts, man, working on stuff, and the nerds calling. I'm like, geez, I already know where this is gonna go. Chef NYK is in the building. Terry Cox says, "Who can we trade? Whoever we trade for, it has to be a dollar for dollar match or some. We have to do in order for us to do a trade. In order for us to do a trade, we have to do some kind of calculator gymnastics, bro. Like in order for us to do a trade now, we legit have to do some type of calculator gymnastics. So whatever it is, whatever trade it is that's out there, just know that whatever it is, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Todd Barbie is in the building. Salute. Trades are now much more difficult because of the Olympic-sized calculator gymnastics that we have to do. And every trade scenario is being monitored by the Russian judge. For those that remember the Eastern Bloc countries at the Olympics. The harsh judges at the Olympics. Walter White is in the building. Salute. What I think the Knicks are going to do is they're going to do the opposite end of the spectrum. I think they're going to find a defensive-minded veteran guard. Who knows? A Patrick Beverley type. I think they're going to find a very, very, very veteran defensive-minded guard, and they're going to bring in a very young, teachable big man. And very young, teachable big men are out there. And if you ask me for their name, I don't know. I don't know. The Knicks had a very young, teachable big man we got from San Antonio, and I think he's on somebody's roster right now. I can't remember his name. But we got him and paid him more money than we were paying Mitch because we were excited about him. This was before they got Hartenstein. Bigs are out there. It depends on who fits the system and who fits the culture. See, Isaiah Hartenstein fit the system and the culture. It's the reason why we liked him. Audio is in the building. Audio says, never seen fans freak out so much about losing a player when they didn't even care. Sim started 90% of the time over him. Never seen fans freak out so much about losing a player when they didn't even care. Sims. Okay. C-Mac says Wiseman to the Pacers. Yeah. Wayne Peterson, the Lakers picked up Jackson Hayes' $2.8 million option, or vice versa. Either he picked it up or they picked it. Either way, he's a Laker. And Bodega asked, what can we do with 2 trade exceptions? I don't think they – I think the nerds have been telling me that the trade exceptions – and you know what? I think Fritz Alcindor told me the trade exceptions go away. I think Fritz told me the trade exceptions. And Fritz, if you're listening, I'm calling you a nerd out of respect, bro. This is my shorthand way of saying the analytics researchers. I don't want to say analytics researchers 40 times a show. So if you heard me say nerd, bro, it's out of love and respect for what you guys do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say analytic research, and I don't want to say that 40 times a show, bro. It's ridiculous. So I think Fritz Alcindor said the trade exceptions are gone away. And Dub says all Sims got to do is work on his blocks and passing. He's straight. Starting to save Mitch for big matchups. Load management. Yeah, he just saying. And I think we gotta trust Tom Thibodeau's development department, man. I think we gotta trust Tibbs developing young players. Let me move that there, and then I'm gonna add. The reason why I say the Knicks are probably gonna find a veteran defensive guard is because of this. I'm gonna put something on the screen, everybody. And I want you guys to look at this carefully, right? I want you to look at this carefully, right? Red indicates what teams did against us. Dang it. So red indicates what teams did against us or players did against us. Black is in general. While we talk about rim protection, I think these stats that you're looking at are telling. What guards did in games against us, and these are their averages, right? Red indicates what guards did against us. Tyrese Maxey averaged almost 30 points a game against our backcourt. Damian Lillard averaged 26.4 points per game against the Knicks this year in 5 games. LaMelo Ball in 2 games averaged 33 points a game against us. Cam Thomas averaged 23.5. Trae Young averaged 16.5, but he also averaged 14.5 assists against us. Trae Young basically averaged 17 and 15 against us. Look at these numbers, y'all. Tyrese Maxey averaged 26 points a game in the regular season against us and 30 points a game in the postseason. So while I think the immediate thing is what discount center we can find off the scrap heap, my personal opinion, and y'all know I don't always go with what the crowd says, right? The crowd will say one thing and everybody will follow the crowd and things of that sort. I try to analyze stuff and bring things to your attention. Some things you already know by the eye test, and then some things you just need a reminder. And so I added this as a reminder of what our real issue was, in my opinion. Our point of attack defense against guards, point guards, scoring guards was questionable. Guards played above their career scoring average against our defense. Basically. And no, adding 3 veteran centers is not going to change this number. Last year, this was a Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Quentin Grimes, Alec Burks, Deuce McBride issue. Opposing team scoring guards generally ate us alive. Even Cam Thomas averaged 22 points a game. Against us, he averaged 23.5. Trae Young basically averaged 17 and 15 against us. LaMelo Ball averaged 33 points a game against us. That's in New York and in Charlotte. It didn't make a difference, home or away. However you try to split the numbers, LaMelo Ball roasted us. Donovan Mitchell roasted us. Halliburton, Maxey roasted us. And for that reason, I'm gonna say I think the Knicks, instead of only searching for a center, is gonna find a veteran guard to rotate into these defensive matchups to at least slow these players down. And Nick Yak says, yeah, right. McBride, 15 minutes and defense is why. Yeah. No, yeah, we're talking about the entire group, though. We're not talking about who's solely responsible. We're talking about the entire guard group. Right? We're talking about the entire group. That's why I mentioned everybody and didn't point out one person. I think Plumlee is still available. Sherwin says, we have Bridges. Yeah. The thing about having that's the thing we don't okay. So that's one of the issues with the fan base that I have. It's regardless what issue you point out, right? Instead of Knicks fans accepting the fact that you can go get a guy to solve an issue, we say, oh, just have Randall play the 5. Or let Josh Hart get all those backup power forward minutes. Let OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges guard Tyrese Maxey and Donovan Mitchell. And then wonder why guys are not available for the playoffs. The simple answer could be have Deuce McBride improve his defense, or go get another guard to pair with Deuce to help him against these guards that eat us alive. Instead of having Mikal Bridges guard Tyrese Maxey for 38 minutes, meanwhile Paul George and Kelly Oubre are eating at a buffet, why not just bring in a veteran guard that's going to be able to help slow this thing down? Because listen, with our personnel, we're not built to stop scoring guards, right? We don't have a jitterbug stopper. We just don't. We just don't, because Jalen Brunson is a jitterbug, and we save him defensively so he can be a jitterbug offensively. And it's the same thing these guards do. But if you had a Cameron Payne to add to the rotation, no, he's not going to shut anybody down, but he can help chip away at these numbers. If you had a Patrick Beverley, no, he's not going to shut anybody down, but he can help chip away at these numbers. Because in a perfect world, Jalen Brunson would be able to score 28 and be an above average defender, but the world is not perfect. The world is not perfect. We accept Jalen Brunson for what he is. Jalen Brunson is a scoring machine. right? Jalen Brunson's a scoring machine, and defensively, we have to attempt to hide him in certain matchups. And that takes creativity. Right? But instead of doing it all game, instead of Mikal Bridges having to guard LaMelo Ball and the young guy they have, I can't believe I can't remember his name. Let me look him up. Brandon Miller. So instead of Mikal Bridges having to guard LaMelo and Brandon Miller all game, you could just bring in a guy that's gonna defend a little bit, play make a little bit. Nick Yak says blaming McBride for again. Nick Yak, you got to pay attention, bro. You got to pay attention. I already said this twice. This right here is ridiculous. This is why, come on, man. This is why people don't this is why content creators don't put people comments on the screen. Right here, because of stuff like this. My guy, I already said the group. Nobody is blaming McBride. Nobody is blaming Deuce McBride. I mentioned the group. Come on, dog. You got to be with us. I'm with you, bro. You got to be with us. Don't twist our words, bro. That's disrespectful. Nobody is blaming McBride. I'm talking about the group in general. Come on, boss. Come on, bro. You know basketball, bro. I read your comments all the time. I know you know basketball. Come on, bro. Nobody is blaming Deuce. But these numbers are a byproduct of the group that Deuce McBride was a part of. It's everybody, the entire group. Dante, Brunson, Burks, Deuce, all of them. I think he signed with the Clippers. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fetch, boy, fetch. In my opinion, I'm honestly thinking that they'll bring in some veteran ball handling guy that can also defend. And he doesn't have to be, I don't think that player has to be a 6'6" point guard. It could just be like a 6'6" combo guardish that can defend. When Brunson goes to the bench, a guy that can kind of help hold it down until Brunson re-enters. Hey, hit him up, Bim. Oh, you know what? It could be this guy or something similar to that guy. It could be a Kyle Lowry type player, somebody that has an impact on the game. Somebody that has an impact on the game offensively and defensively that may be low usage. Jay Cause is in the building. Mike Torres says, I want Deron Sharp. That, my friend, is an intriguing name. That is an intriguing and frustrating name. A Torres, and this is the reason why it's intriguing and frustrating, because the talent is there, right? The talent is there, but extracting the talent in the right situation is the part that may be the conundrum. I always felt like he was a paradox, right? Like, the guy, he's talented. Was he just in the wrong situation? Is it a work ethic issue? Is it a maturity issue? And I don't mean immature. What I'm saying is was he drafted to a bad situation while he was young, and then by the time he gets into his grown man body and grown man mindset, he'll be a valuable contributor? Is that type of thing. I'm not calling him immature. I'm saying a growing up issue. I have a name. And it's going to sound mad OD when I say it. And I think it's a name that's going to make Todd Barbie laugh when I say it, right? J. Cole, yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I saw you, boss. Y'all don't like y'all don't like shout outs no more? I saw you way up here, J. Cole. I saw you way up. Well, it don't matter. It don't matter. Anyway, peace. It don't matter. It don't matter. One way, it don't matter. You here, man. We appreciate you, man. It don't matter how long you've been here. Yo, man, it don't matter. Peace, bro. I have a name though for Todd Barbie. It's gonna make him laugh. Kerry Cox asked, Rob Williams, is he signed? Yes. I think he's the third string center in Portland, but he makes money though. I think he makes money, like significant money. And in reference to the salary cap situation. One of the names out there that I'm interested in is Ashton Hagans. And I know somewhere I owe Todd Barbie a brand new Sprite soda, because he probably spit it all over the lunch table when I said Ashton Hagans. Ashton Hagans at one point was the number one recruit in the Tyrese Maxey recruiting class, or the top guard in the Tyrese Maxey recruiting class. He was the starting point guard at the University of Kentucky with Emmanuel Quickley, Nick Richards, and Tyrese Maxey. I think he was the guard that replaced Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Hamidou Diallo, Kevin Knox, Jared Vanderbilt, and Wenyen Gabriel. If you remember that Kentucky class of Hamidou Diallo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Knox, Wenyen Gabriel, Jared Vanderbilt, Nick Richards, if you remember that group, the group that came in after them, Emmanuel Quickley, Tyrese Maxey, Ashton Hagans, he was in that group. So what would I want Ashton Hagans for? To be a young guard that'll come in and be situational, right? He's not going to be in a rotation. He'll be situational. Right? A young situational guard, about 23, 24 years old, that can get in, that Tom Thibodeau can put in the Thibodeau graduate school, like Ty Barbie likes to call it. Take a young veteran, put him in the Tom Thibodeau graduate academy, like Hartenstein, like Nerlens Noel, like Mitchell Robinson, like Jalen Brunson, like Julius Randle, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. Put him in the Tom Thibodeau graduate school and see what you can get out of him. Is this a popular signing? Maybe not, because it's not splashy. But if you notice, all the signings, the Knicks don't make splashy signings. The Knicks go after culture guys, right? OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, dudes that are mostly quiet, keep their head down. Like, they not wearing ridiculous outfits to the game, right? They're not wearing ridiculous outfits to the game. They're not wearing a Brinks truck full of jewelry to the game. These dudes are in a culture. And I think Ashton Hagans fits right in. Audio says, let's not think Tibbs made Hartenstein better when it's the country. Okay. Corey Lee in the building. He said, I thought we had that induced as in the class as Tibbs. Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Why can't, but it can't be more than one person in a class, though? The class, in my mind, the classroom can have more than one student in it. In this case, I think the classroom can have more than one student in it. Now, the young center, I think when it comes to the young center, we don't have to just go out and get the splashy name. At the end of the day, Mitchell Robinson is a really good NBA center. Is he the best fit for us? For us, absolutely. He's a great fit for us. And I know what people have been saying is Mitch clogs the paint. Mitch doesn't do this. Mitch doesn't do that. Right? But what I would say to you is you haven't seen Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Julius Randle on the floor at the same time. As a matter of fact, when Mitch was clogging the paint, Dante DiVincenzo was still coming off the bench. Early in the season, of course, is what I'm saying. Coach is in the building. I think the myth about the NBA center position is that every NBA center has to play a similar style. Every NBA center now has to be Jokic or Embiid. Well, every NBA center doesn't have to be Jokic or Embiid. NBA teams run different systems. Mitch clogged the paint. Mitch doesn't shoot free throws. Mitch is always hurt, and this team still won 50 games. And one could even argue Mitchell Robinson was the best defensive center in the playoffs while he played. While he played, he was the best defensive center. Was he the best offensive center? No, don't be ridiculous. No, don't be a Mitch homer. You know Mitch wasn't the best offensive center. Hartenstein was way better than Mitch offensively, right? It's not even a question. It's not even a question who the best offensive center was. But the best defensive center? And I know, listen, the nerds are telling me that Hartenstein is a better defensive center than Mitch, right? I struggle to accept that because of what the eye test tells me. And either way it goes, like Hartenstein is gone, right? So Hartenstein was here, man. We appreciated his 2 years. He's gone. He's with another team now. Hey, man, listen, we appreciate you while you were here. But in terms of this version of the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson is a quality NBA center, right? In a perfect world, we could find a better center than Mitch and have Mitch coming off the bench to save his body because Mitchell Robinson is dynamic. Right? Mitchell Robinson impacts the game when he's there. You know how some guys, on the floor, you don't know what they're doing. Then you look at the box score, they played 17 minutes. And you're like, he played 17 minutes? When Mitch plays 17 minutes, something happened. You can best believe that, right? But can Mitch stay healthy? We don't know. The track record says maybe, maybe not, maybe, maybe not, maybe, maybe not. But in a perfect world, we can find a starter over Mitch. But you know what? This deep into free agency, we're not going to find that guy. And if we do, it'll be a pleasant surprise. But we've been around Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau, Coach Tibbs, for long enough to understand that their whole tenure has been littered with pleasant surprises. Littered with pleasant surprises, right? Emmanuel Quickley was a pleasant surprise. If you ask who was the better Knick during their tenure, Obi Toppin or Emmanuel Quickley, I'd have to say Emmanuel Quickley, and he was drafted after Obi, so that was a pleasant surprise. Jalen Brunson was a pleasant surprise. Julius Randle was a pleasant surprise. Isaiah Hartenstein was a pleasant surprise. Josh Hart, triple dub, was a pleasant surprise. Dante DiVincenzo averaging 20 points a game after the All-Star break was a pleasant surprise. So if they find a guy and he comes in to compete with Mitchell Robinson, and we're pleasantly surprised, we'll be pleasantly surprised, but we won't be pleasantly surprised because we're getting used to the pleasant surprises. All right, so that's all I got, everybody. Thank you for rocking with us, coming through, hanging out. Thank you for everybody that contribute to the conversations. Thank you to Nick Yak, Sherwin, and a few others that was super busy in the chat, man. Thank y'all for having this little bit of time zoom by. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the way that y'all contribute to the show. I'm not for sure how the night schedule is gonna go. So y'all just bear with me in this funky schedule of stuff that we're going through. Here, just working on some stuff. So y'all bear with me. I'm sure that maybe in a week or two, I'll be able to get this thing back on track where I'm able to do the night show at 11:30 and the morning show at 9. But just in this situation where I got just got a few things going on, trying to figure it all out, trying to balance the schedule and such, where we can get together and kick it and talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. On that note, thank y'all again for coming through. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Peace, everybody.